A lot of people keep wondering why I keep making videos of Donald Trump and his compatriots in the Republican Party. The answer is simple. Because if I or anyone else in this country were to say half the stuff Donald Trump has said over the last 6 years, we would lose our jobs, we would be probably locked up and put on terrorist watch lists. The same needs to be done to Trump, and that's why I'm doing this. Because quite honestly, the longer this keeps going, the worse it's going to get in this country. Trump has been out of office for 2 years. Someone is telling me that. We shouldn't be paying attention to him. Wrong. We need to be paying attention to him. Not just because he's trying to run for president in 2024 again. No, no, no. Because he is fomenting another insurrection every time he speaks, either on True Social or personally. Of course, every time he speaks lies. Now, I told you about the one truth, on Christmas Day, but he decided to go even further. 2 years ago, we had the most strongest and safest border in U.S. history. Hundreds of miles of wall were being built. My stay in Mexico policy was working fantastically. Title 42 was in full force and effect. Border Patrol, ICE were doing an incredible, tough yet compassionate job. Our southern border was for the first time in decades being spoken of in glowing terms. People weren't making the long, hard journey up through Mexico. Now our border is the worst in history and getting worse. Every single thing in that truth was a lie. All of it. All of it. You didn't have the safest border while you were President of the United States. Your border policy was inhumane and criminal, and you should have been arrested for it. You separated kids from their families at the border. That wall you built, it didn't encompass the entire U.S.-Mexico border. It was just a small showpiece for you to do another photo op, only this time you weren't at a church and you didn't hold a Bible in your hand. ICE and Border Patrol agents were separating kids from their families. And here's the joke of that. For months, you were talking about a huge convoy of people going to the U.S.-Mexican border, trying to immigrate to the United States. What happened to that? Nothing, because you were full of crap. And apparently, he has to bring back the election to it, and this has to be funny, incredibly funny. Contrary to fake news reporting, I never asked Jared or Ivanka to be part of the 2024 campaign for president, and, in fact, specifically asked them not to do it. Too mean and nasty with the fake and corrupt news, and not having to deal with some of the most absolutely horrendous sleazebags in the world of politics and beyond. There's never been anything like this ride before, and they should not be further subjected to it. I ran twice, gained millions more votes the second time, rigged, and I'm doing it again. Trump, I got my problems with Jared and Ivanka. Jared's a scumbag. Ivanka, you want to sleep with. Jared took millions from Saudi Arabia, but everyone wants to talk about Hunter Biden and the laptop, not the millions that he got from the Saudi government for unknown reasons. But beyond that, they don't want to be around you because they know you're a scumbag. They don't want to be around you because they know there was a possibility that you could have been in prison. And they could have been implicated in you going to prison. And again, with the rigged election, you lost. Lawsuit after lawsuit, recount after recount, you lost the election. How much further are you going to take this crap? But it gets worse. The Marxist Democrats must have something really big on Mitch McConnell in order to get him and some of his friendly Republican senators to pass the horrendous all-Democrats all-the-way ominous bill. It gives border security to other countries with $0 to the United States. It fully funds the corrupt Justice Department, FBI, which rigged the presidential election, and even the Trump-hating special prosecutor. It also it is also a massive giveaway and capitulation to China, making Coco Chow so happy. So you got a conspiracy theory wrapped in stupidity, wrapped in lies, wrapped in racism. I'm not defending Mitch McConnell. The man's a pig, in my view. And I'm talking to you not just as an American, but as a man who lived in the state of Kentucky, which he did nothing for. He's a pig. I ain't defending him. But even if we did have something on him, he would be doing a whole lot more than he's doing now. And yes, they did get that bill passed. And what you said here about the dollars to going to the U.S. was a lie. And this idea of a corrupt Justice Department, why are they corrupt? Are they corrupt because they're going after you? Are they corrupt because they're closing in on you? And the Trump-hating special prosecutor, I haven't heard this guy speak anything about being a Trump hater. But then again, anyone who doesn't bow down to you is a Trump hater, right? And this idea of Coco Chow, he's obviously talking about Mitch McConnell's wife. Seriously? Enough, Trump. Enough. Unfortunately, he has to end it like this. If the old crow, Mitch McConnell, just waited 10 days, the Republican majority in the House could have made the honest better bill much, much, much better. Just another win for the Democrats, Mitch. That would even happen if Trump were president. You know, reading his truths on Truth Social, Dr. Mary Trump, who wrote the book Too Much and Never Enough, was absolutely right. Everything has to be bigger, better, stronger, more powerful under Donald Trump. Otherwise, he's a failure. In his mind, he's a failure. Trump, you already are a failure. You were a failure back then, as a boy. You were a failure when you went to college. You were a failure as a man, and you were a failure as a president. You were a failure as a businessman. And no matter how many times you want to rant or scream or holler how everything is rigged, or everything's against you because a good portion of this country didn't vote for you, it's all rigged, it's all rigged, it's all rigged. Trump, it's not going to work. And as for your idiotic supporters, maybe it's about time for them to understand who you or what you really are. A loser. A straight up, complete, total, absolute loser. But I know that's not going to happen because, as I said before, as Dr. Mary Trump said, everything has to be bigger and better and stronger under Trump. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a failure. And again, the reason why I go after Trump on a lot of my videos is because a lot of this and so much more he has said over the last couple of years since he lost the White House should get him arrested. But he's Donald Trump. If I had said something like this, in the streets or anything else, I would be arrested. Why is Trump still free? CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.